I'm here with lovely Helen, who is on our Greek retreat. How has the retreat been for you? How has the Pilates been? How has the yoga been? How was the food?
The retreat is absolutely wonderful. I have had a wonderful week with all my experiences. I started this retreat with no expectations. I was totally lost when I went into the yoga room. And that has developed over time. And the lessons I've had, the Pilates, the yoga and the education lessons, we've called them education lessons, have been fantastic. The retreat itself, the villas and how we sleep, wonderful.
Good,
And
good.
I think the space is wonderful and the hosts are second to none.
Yes.
Oriana has cooked wonderful, beautiful, simple Greek meals, and they have been wonderful.
Yeah, they truly have. They've been fantastic. So, what were your impressions of a retreat, or what was your feeling before you arrived?
Back in November last year, I got the invitation from you, and I thought Greek retreat. I looked at the word Greek. And I thought, because Greek is my green light country. And then I really had no expectations.
Had you done a retreat before?
Never.
So you saw Greece, but not retreat.
Absolutely. This was my first retreat. And you did encourage me to have day retreat sessions back in the UK. But I never took it up for I don't know what reason, but I never took it up. This was my first retreat. And I was ready to run for the hills on day one. I did not get it. I did not understand it. This is totally out of my comfort zone, I said. And if I look at my text messages that I've sent to people, I'm saying, I think this is totally out of my comfort zone. What is this all about? I don't get it.
Well, you've got a really high-powered job with a lot of stress in it, and to suddenly take your foot off the pedal and come into this world of woo-woo and start talking about feelings and emotions.
Absolutely. I found it very difficult. But I wanted to give it a go. As I've said, it's totally out of my comfort zone. I don't usually go away and stay with other people that I haven't really met before. I'm usually an independent traveller.
Okay.
And before I arrived here, I had travelled a little bit in Greece, but then came to the retreat and thought, well, I'll do this, that and the other. But I didn't. I've based only my time at the retreat, deliberately so, to try and obtain the best results from it, and I have.
I didn't know that. So you, in your mind, you kind of thought, well, I'll use this as a base and I'll go off and
I didn't know, exactly.
Fantastic.
I thought, I didn't know where it was. I didn't know it was so isolated. It is beautiful in terms of its isolation.
Yeah.
It is fantastic as a venue. So you are stuck in a sense to this place, but it's wonderful.
Okay, well, thanks for your honesty. I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
So what are you going to go away with? What sticks in your mind? What will you continue to do?
Openness, honesty with myself, and that will make me into a more wholesome person. I will continue to do Pilates. I did a term with you, Adele, at Southern Hay, but I didn't really take it up and continue it. I kept reading your various emails that you sent, and so we sort of kept in touch. You wouldn't have known that I'd read every email that you sent to me, but I did. And then I get this invitation. I think, that's tick in the box.
Good.
And I wanted to do Pilates. In fact, I was saying this morning, I did the tummy challenge when when I was in Paros. And that's a longer, another story. But what else will I take away? I will go back to do Pilates. I think it's a fabulous thing. My balance was a bit off. It's
Yeah.
not brilliant now,
Yeah.
but that is the best thing for achieving balance.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done yoga before, but the yoga classes were illuminating and invigorating. I
Wow.
loved the yoga sessions.
Wow, what great words.
Yeah, loved it. And yeah, Adele, I can only say nice things about you. There is nothing. Yeah, I was thinking, do I call Adele? And I saying, well, you are noble. You know that's what your name means, and you live up to that nobility.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Oh, that's really powerful. So I want one last question and I'll let you go. So you came in to the kind of the coaching sessions or the education sessions, and I think that was your worst part at the beginning, would you say?
I'd agree with that.
Okay,
yes.
okay. So how do you feel about them now? How did they work for you or not work for you?
They really did work for me. And yeah, I hit rock bottom.
Oh,
That must have been deliberate. I don't know if it was deliberate on my part or on anybody else's part.
no.
But
Really, no.
but after it, the only way was up after that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I learnt a lot about myself and what to own and what to discard.
Wow.
And so those education sessions really helps me personally.
Okay.
So
So the rock bottom, because I think people listening to this are going to be really nervous when they hear that. So how did that manifest itself? Were you wailing, crying?
I was crying.
Oh, really?
You know that.
Okay.
I decided stupidly, without any preparation, to embark on a trip to the beach, and it's down an old Greek path, and one of my he's become my crossword buddy, one of the others came with me, and I had to tell her and confess, or tell her I've been diagnosed with MS, and that makes me my balance is really, really affected. But it means your brain doesn't work all the time, and so I have to think very deeply and carefully about walking, for instance. So I told her, and she took it all on board. And as we went down to the beach, or tried to get to the beach because we failed that first time, we nearly got there, and I'm sure my buddy would have got there if it weren't for me. And I was fortunate again by having the yoga teacher who is built like a gazelle.
She is, isn't she? And she's about 30 years younger.
Oof. Did I need that? I don't know. But as she was coming up from the beach, she had been successful. With her and with my crossword buddy, I made it to the top in a very, very dark place. Not so much as dark, there wasn't any light. There was light. I just had to, in the education session that day, which was coming up, get everything out. And yes, of course, I was upset and emotionally drawn and distressed, but I had to get it out to move forward.
Yes.
And so you helped me on that.
Yeah, good.
And be open about things.
And how does it feel now?
It's like a huge weight has been
good.
taken off my shoulders.
Good. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
And I just have to say, yeah, Adele, a delicious.